Blimey, where do I even start? What a year it's been. Well, might as well start off with the best bits. Quidditch has been both good and bad this year. Well, let's face it, mostly good. Bloody brilliant at some points. I had 2 favourite games this year. First, when Gryffindor played Slytherin and beat them. This would have been a perfect defeat of the Slytherins, if not for the fact that Twins and Harry were banned by Dolores Umbridge for basically the rest of their lives. But then I played without Harry, while they were off with Hagrid and Grawp. Can't believe they missed that match. I'll never forgive them, really. But we won, and stole the Quidditch Cup, and I helped. As Dad says, I felt like a leprechaun with 2 pots of gold. It really was a do-or-die match for the House Cup. We were already behind, but I was not going to let Slytherin snatch the cup from under our noses. I took a bludgeon to the shoulder earlier on, but I shook it off. Nothing was going to stop me. I knew I could do it. And well, Gryffindor won both the match and the cup. The cheers were deafening. It felt good to be on top, even if it was just for a moment. But you know what they say about good things not lasting. After that game, everything went completely mental. Between Grawp and the bloody Owls exams, it was stressful. You'd think a bloke could catch a break, but no. Life at Hogwarts just kept on throwing a bunch of bludgers our way. But then the biggest bludger came our way. The Department of Mysteries. So let me fill you in on what's gone on in the aftermath of that crazy night at the Ministry of Magic. First things first, I'm proud that although we all took a beating, we all held our own. I was struck by a curse that made me feel funny and made my brain fuzzy. Apparently it made me a bit stupid and a right nuisance, Harry said after it. When I came to, everyone was injured in one way or another. I thought for a moment Hermione was a goner. She had got hit by a serious spell from a Death Eater called Dolohov. I didn't know at the time, but it was the Stupefy spell, so something she could definitely recover from. Hermione's parents were notified, but the enchantment on the castle makes it difficult for Muggles to travel to the Hogwarts castle. They sent her lots of outposts while she was in the infirmary. Neville, on the other hand, got himself a black eye from a nasty collision. But Neville's tough, tougher than even he knows. Ginny's the same. She's stronger than any girl I know. A bit too tough if you ask me. Ginny brushes things off like it's nothing. I can tell she still thinks about the battle, though. Luna was the best out of the lot, but she is even quieter now, even more quieter. If you can believe it, I catch her staring into the distance a lot more, as if she's trying to make sense of everything that happened. Some of the Ravenclaw said she is still haunted by the nightmares most nights. That night at the Department of Mysteries was a doozy. I've never been more scared in my life. But you know Harry, he's got the luck of a dozen four-leaf clovers. I knew we would be okay if we stuck with him. Madame Pomfrey fixed him up in the hospital wing, and now he's walking around again, invincible as ever. You got to give it to Harry. He stays super focused in a duel. The aftermath of the battle was a whirlwind. The whole school was buzzing about the battle of the Department of Mysteries. We became instant heroes and the talk of the common room. Even Percy was impressed. An owl from Bill delivered loads of exploding bonbons from Honeydukes, and Fred and George sent us a bunch of chocolate frogs. Mum and Dad came to the infirmary. They didn't stop praising us for our bravery, but of course they were a little mad, especially Mum. She went on about it a bit, but Dad helped us out. He started joking around about how we could consider a professional career as troublemakers. Classic Weasley parenting. The 6 of us, Harry, Hermione, Neville, Ginny, Luna and myself, were called to Dumbledore's office. He commended us on the bravery we showed and gave us extra house points. It's good to see our house points back on top. He talked about the importance of friendship and loyalty. For a moment, I felt like he was talking directly to me. But beneath all the praise and admiration, there has been something unspoken. It's not like before. Harry's got a look of sadness in his eye, a mix of relief, guilt and something else I can't quite put my finger on. He's been distant, more so than before. He misses Sirius. I tried talking to him about it, but he just shrugs it off and said he was fine. But I've known Harry long enough to know it's eating him up. Hermione's not much better. She has buried herself in her books again. No surprises there. She's been poring over every magical text in the library, like she's on a mission. She wants to understand everything that's happened, but there is this intensity in her, like she's searching for something more than just knowledge. She won't let anyone in on what she's researching, and when I tried asking her what she's up to, she gives me a dismissive smile and says, I wouldn't understand anyway. Typical bloody Hermione. We're supposed to be a team. Later on in the common room, Harry, Hermione and I had an intense discussion. I could see it in their eyes. Fear. Something big is brewing. The Ministry has confirmed that Voldemort is back in the country. It's frustrating they took so long to believe Harry. He's the boy who lived again now. Flipping idiots. Before taking the Hogwarts train, we visited Hagrid. He comforted Harry about Sirius, but we were all clueless on how to make Harry feel better. Harry blames himself, of course. He's convinced that everything that has happened with Sirius is his fault. I tried to reassure him, telling him that it's really not his fault, but he won't hear any of it. He's carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. Beating Voldemort is like a game of chess on a grand scale. It's a standoff. Life against death, really. I feel like the peaceful days are over. Voldemort is on the run again, and we are all left to pick up the pieces. Really, all the congratulations and admiration doesn't feel right. A bit stupid when you think we now face something far darker, like far worse than any acromantula or troll. It's all changed now. In an instant I feel older, like the good fun we used to have. Like at the beginning of the year is gone now, replaced by the harsh reality that the wizarding world can be a very dark and dangerous place. But well, we are mostly back to normal life now, as normal as it can be. Guess life goes on, and we go with it. Holidays soon. It's been one roller coaster of a year. I can't help but wonder what's waiting for us next year. Never a quiet moment, eh? One thing's for sure. I'm sticking by Harry and Hermione whatever comes our way. Ron Weasley, Keeper for Gryffindor.